He never imagined he'd find a little family in the corner of his bathroom. But that morning, 4 tiny owls appeared, and they changed everything.
¿Enojado? ¿Por qué me miras así? ¿Por qué me miras así?
Rue was just brushing his teeth when he noticed something strange in the corner of his bathroom. At first, he thought maybe it was just a shadow. But then, he saw it move. A little gray fluff ball, still as a stone. He leaned in closer. It blinked, a baby owl, in his bathroom.
Buenos días, papá.
He froze, heart racing, and then he saw another, and another, and another. 4. 4 tiny baby owls. They were alone, frightened, barely the size of his hand. No nest, no mother, just silence.
Pollito, déjame, pollito.
And in that silence, something inside Rue shifted. He didn't know a thing about owls, but he knew one thing for sure: he couldn't just leave them. At first, they only stared, wide, glassy eyes locked on him, as if measuring every move. Rue felt clumsy, unsure, but he tried. He found an old cage, lined it with a towel, and turned his bathroom into a nursery. Feeding them was the hardest part. He started with a dropper, hands trembling the first time he held one. So fragile, so still. But they ate. And then they ate again. Soon, the silence broke. There were sounds, movement, tiny feathers fluffing, little wings stretching, and slowly truss.
Buenos días.
Suddenly, Rue wasn't alone anymore. They followed him from room to room, climbed up his arms while he typed. One even tried to perch on his head while he made coffee. They were noisy, demanding, absolutely hilarious. But more than anything, they were alive. Each one had its own little soul. The biggest always standing guard, like a tiny bodyguard. The smallest soft as a whisper, forever wanting cuddles. Another wild and bold, the first to explore. And one serious and watchful, staring at Rue for hours, then sneaking into his lap when no one was looking. He never gave them names, told himself it was only temporary. But his heart, well, his heart knew better. They became his flock, his shadow, his purpose, his joy in the quiet. Still, deep down, Rue knew it couldn't last. Wild things aren't meant for cages. So one morning, he carried them to a tall old tree where pygmy owls were known to nest. One by one, he let them go. The biggest flew first, wings shaky but strong. The others followed, as if they'd been waiting all along. No cries, no clinging, just flight. And then there were none. Rue stood by that tree longer than he'll ever admit. His hands were empty, but his heart had never felt so full. Back home, the silence felt heavier. No wings, no feathers, just echoes. But he smiled, because love isn't always about holding on. Sometimes real love means letting go. Those 4 owls came into Rue's life by chance, but they left behind a lesson we all need: that caring doesn't mean holding on forever. It means giving the gift of freedom. If this touched you even just a little, we'd be so grateful if you'd support us by liking or subscribing. That way, stories like this of second chances, of love, of letting go, can continue to find their way to hearts like yours.